Most e-commerce brands are killing their email list with boring generic pop-ups. You know the ones I'm talking about. Get 10% off your first order, and they are plastered across every single e-commerce brand website. And here's the problem. When you look like every other brand, your customers literally treat you like every other brand. And they will close that pop-up without even a second thought. But what if I told you there's a 3-step sequence that's getting our clients 10 to 12% opt-in rates right now? That's 3 to 4 times higher than the average. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact sequence that we use for our 7 and 8 figure clients, the psychology behind why it works, and how you can implement it in your store starting today. So let's dive in. Alrighty, so before we get into the solution, I think it's very, very important that we set the standard. We need to understand why traditional pop-ups are failing badly in 2025. And so you can think about it using your own browsing behavior. So you land on a website and then within 3 seconds, bam, a pop-up hits you asking for your email in exchange for 10% off. And so what do? If you're like most people, you immediately click that little X in the top right-hand corner and you close it without even reading it. And so this is what I call banner blindness, and it's getting worse every single year. And so here's actually what's happening. Customers are being trained now to ignore these pop-ups. They've seen the same offer thousands of times, and there's no novelty, there's no engagement, there's literally nothing, no benefit for them to care at all. So, I mean, if I'm going to be honest, the bigger issue here is when people sign up for the opt-in forms, it's being around 2 to 4%. And so that means for every 100 people that are visiting your site, you're only capturing about 2 to 4% of email addresses. Now, I'm not saying discounts do not work. They absolutely do work, but the way that you present the discount makes all the difference. And so the brands that are winning right now, they aren't just offering a discount, they're creating an experience. They're engaging with the customers, making them feel involved, and most importantly, they're using psychology to dramatically increase the conversions of their pop-up forms. So let's break down exactly how to fix it. So the framework I'm about to share with you is based on 3 core pillars that we use, psychological principles as well. Firstly, the principle of the micro comment. So we can see here, get someone to take a small action and they're significantly more likely to take the next one. And so you can essentially look at it as like getting the foot in the door technique, and it's been proven by countless psychological studies. And so number 2, progressive disclosure. So this stops someone from getting information overload and thinking this is too much work and isn't worth the discount anymore. So when you ask for information gradually instead of kind of all at once in one page, you reduce the cognitive overload, I would say, that would stop people from completing the opt-in to begin with. And so third, the psychological principle, rule of reciprocity. So when someone gives you something, they're more likely to also return a favor, giving you their email address in this case. Now, here's how we structure these 3 psychological shifts into our 3-step sequence that consistently gets about 12 to, I'd say, 10% opt-in rate. Really quickly, if you are a brand doing above $50,000 per month and want me to audit your Klaviyo account completely for free, I'll find exactly what's bleeding money, how to fix it, and walk you through our exact strategy for fixing it. Again, completely free. You can go ahead and book a free call using the first link in the description. Other than that, let's get back to the video. And so number 1, micro commit. We need this first. Second, email capture. Third, SMS. Now, micro commit. So this is where the magic happens. So instead of immediately asking someone for their email address, we literally start by just asking them a simple question that requires really nothing to be done without the click of with just the click of a button. And so here's an example, like, do you want X% off your order? And then the buttons would just be yes or no thanks. Now, what brings you to brand today is going to be also a really good one as well. And then we can just have like 3 to 4 buttons. So let's say you're a skincare brand. You would just ask them what is your biggest skincare concern, and then give them 3 to 4 simple answers. So they would choose between acne breakouts, aging and fine lines, dryness and hydration, sensitive and redness, things like that. There's literally it. They just need to click the button to why they're there in the first place. Now, why does this work so well? So by doing this, we're getting that initial nudge out of the way, and it's super easy to do. Just a click of a button. There's absolutely no risk for them at all. Number 2, it creates curiosity. Customers want to know why you're asking and what they get after you're asking that. Then number 3, customers believe that you are going to personalize something for them, although it is the same for everyone. But the real bonus here is that we can collect data on what customers are looking to solve or the main reason they are interested in your brand. So the key is to make this super simple, relevant, and easy on the customer. And if you want to see exactly what that looks like, I actually have some examples here. So as we can see here, this one for Win. Well, you've got a mystery discount to claim. Let us know what you're training for today. They ask a couple questions, or again, no thanks, I'll pay full price. You've got a mystery discount, or same thing here. You've got 15% off your first order. Claim my 15% off. No thanks, I'll pay full price. So this is what is getting people, again, to get that initial nudge out of the way so we can get them to continue on with the rest of the flow. Now, number 2, the email capture. This is going to be probably the most important one if I'm being honest. And so now after someone submits a micro comment, then what? So this is where we ask for their email address, but here's the key thing. We need to make sure that we're also doing this on a separate page. We don't want to have everything in one page, and this is the progressive disclosure principle in action. Perfect. Where should we send your 15% off code should be the next copy on the page. And then there's a single email field and a button that says claim my discount or get my code. That's it. There's absolutely nothing else. And so I'm going to literally show you why this works very, very well. So firstly, they've already committed by answering the question. Now, psychologically, they're invested in completing the process. They want to see what happens next. Second, the ask feels reasonable. They've already told you something about themselves, and now you're just asking where to send their reward. And third, by keeping this to a single field, you're removing all of the friction. It's as simple as possible for them to complete it. They don't have to give you their name, their email, their date of birth, their phone number, all in one page. It's very, very simple. Oh, all I have to do is give my email address. Perfect. Now, a quick note on the copy here. The way you phrase this matters a lot. So try something like, where should we send your code, or claim your X% discount. Now, these phrases are benefit focused rather than action focused. So you're emphasizing on what they get, not what they have to do. And so literally this was able to take one of my clients from 3.5% to 12% plus in our opt-in form just by reframing the offer. So they were doing an initial get 15% off your first order. When we actually reframed that as a quote unquote mystery discount, everyone was still getting that same 15% off, but we just said it differently. We framed it as a mystery because it was a mystery to the customer. That literally jumped us from 3.5% to 15%. So copy is very, very important when it comes to all of your, sequences in general. And we will get into that a little bit later. But second, your SMS opt-in. So this is going to also be a very high needle mover. And I recommend that you have this in your pop-up. So if it's not part of your strategy, it should be. And this is where you're going to capture the phone numbers. But again, we're doing this on a separate page. We don't want to have it all on one. It's going to just be an overload on someone, and they don't want to do all of that just to get a free eye cream, or maybe it's a percentage off. It's just a lot, and people won't want to do it. And so after they put in their email, the pop-up transitioned to the final screen, and this is where you have the single phone number field and a button. Now here's the thing with SMS opt-ins, they're always going to be a lower conversion than email typically. That's just the nature of it. People are more protective of their phone numbers, so by separating it out and actually offering an additional incentive, you're going to capture way more phone numbers than if you try to ask for the email and the phone number at the same time. So you'll typically see brands, they'll send something like 10% off, and then they'll say, want 15% off, just give us your phone number as well. Some brands skip this step, entirely, and that's fine. If SMS isn't part of your strategy, just go straight to the email success page. If you are collecting phone numbers, you need to do it this way. Keep it very, very simple. Make sure, this is very important, make sure you are compliant with SMS regulations. Include all the necessary legal language and message frequency, data rates, all that stuff. Very, very important, because if you are using Klaviyo, they are cracking down with the Texas laws. So just please do not overlook this. If you need to chat with Klaviyo support, you can do that as well. So here's some examples of SMS and email capture sequences. So as you can see, Mountain Coast, get your mystery discount, your email address, get my mystery discount, no thanks, I'll pay full price. Update, your one sip away, enter your email for 20% off, enter my email, get my 20% off. Same thing, you've got a mystery discount, claim my mystery discount, with an X being on the top right corner or top left corner. So again, very, very simple, minimal copy. You do not need all of that jargon inside of it. Now, the final thing, this is where, a lot of brands are kind of confused, and I get a lot of questions. So success page. Now, after all of this is done, we got their email, we got them to commit, we got their emails, we got their phone number. Now you have options with this here, the success page. Number one, you can send them to their inbox to collect a code. Example, check your inbox for your code. This trains customers to actually open your emails, and it'll boost the engagement of the welcome email. So really good for deliverability. If you are planning on, if you don't have good deliverability yet, I'd recommend that you do this. Makes it very, very simple. It does affect conversions just a bit. So that's why point number two, reveal the code on a separate page. So on the success page, it would just be your X% off is waiting, use code, and then it would just have the code there. And then you could add like a shop now button to take them to the page, or they can just copy that and it'll click out of the form as well. Now, remove as much friction as possible by giving the discount up front. They can immediately apply the discount without having to leave the site or risk getting distraction. My recommendation, if you want a stronger email list and have solid welcome flow set up, go with option number one. You'll continue to increase the engagement on the emails and actually boost the deliverability. Number two, if you want more conversions and you just you want the sales, driving ton of traffic that might not return, show the discount right away. So a little bonus for you guys, if you stuck to the end of the video, there is no such thing as one thing works for every single brand when it comes to email marketing. So A/B testing is the most important part. Like I mentioned, that copy that we did for one of our other clients, very, very important as well. Test the micro commit, test the sequence with a micro commit and without it. You never know what might perform better. So it's very important that we A/B test. So here's some ideas. Time delays, you can choose I recommend anywhere between 4 and 12 seconds, but again, test to see what will convert the best for you guys. Swapping the X in the corner of your pop-up. So most brands, they keep it on the right side. If you actually swap it to the left, it may change the way they interact with a pop-up. So go ahead and test that. And then framing the offer, 90% of the time, this is the highest needle moving, at least for the clients that we've worked with. Always try to reframe your offer. Try to test different offers and see what converts the best. And so, too long, didn't read the 3-step sequence for high converting pop-ups. Number one, micro commit, ask a simple question, get them to click a button. Number two, email capture on a separate page, ask for their email. Step number 3, SMS opt-in. If applicable, ask for their phone number on a separate page. Then choose your success page based on your goals. This framework is getting about 10 to 12% opt-in rates consistently because it's based on psychology, so not just kind of boring tactics that you see brands use nowadays. We're reducing friction, creating engagement, and making the customer feel like the experience is personalized to them. So here's your action step. Make sure you do this. Look at your permanent pop-up. Is it boring, just offering 10% off? If so, it's time to upgrade. Implement this 3-step sequence, test it for 30 days, and watch your email list growth explode. Now, if you don't want to do this and you are a brand doing over $50,000 consistently and want me to have a look through your entire email channel completely for free, I'll find where money is hiding, how to fix it, and walk you through our exact strategy on how we can help your brand. And you can do so booking the first link in the description below. If that's something you're interested, book a call. Let's get this fixed and get your email channel to 35% plus of your store's email revenue. If you found this video helpful, I'd appreciate if you could leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.